Timea is one of our students. She is studying in California. The dad of Timea is here today. Gabor Steingart is not just here as an Epro 360 dad, as a parent, but also as somebody who served as the White House correspondent in the last 2 years of George W. Bush and the first 2 years of Obama. Gabor is also here as the former editor-in-chief from Handelsblatt, and through his career as a journalist, he has seen and spoken to leaders and interviewed people from the likes of Angela Merkel, Bill Gates, Vladimir Putin, Hillary Clinton. Gabor knows what leaders sound like. Gabor knows what they feel like. And Alex is here today to distill what makes a leader great. This talk, I'm really excited to be in this room today. I think this is a tremendous benefit for everybody here. I'm so excited to what's going to come out of it when we talk about leadership gone right versus leadership gone wrong. Give a big hand of applause for Gabor Steingart. And just for you guys, so quick advice, don't try it. For better sound, try not to pop into the mic. It's pretty sensitive, so just speak over it, then I guess we have a perfect recording.
Thanks. Shall we step in the middle here? Okay, we'll exchange it. Gabor, great to have you. I want to start with a question that I learned from Cal Fussman, a colleague of yours, if you want. The question is, what is the best lesson your father ever taught you?
I would say my father said, if you could peace and freedom together, you are fine, like we are in Germany. If you have to choose, pick the freedom. My father was a Hungarian student coming from Hungary, Budapest, and the Russians were on government and were depressing the country. It was a dictatorship. So, and he and the students picked freedom, and they picked the fight against the Russians. Unfortunately, the difference between Ukrainian situation and their situation, I'm talking about the year 1956, the Ungarn-Aufstand, the Hungarian upheaval. You can look it up in the history book, and the difference was nobody helped them. No weapons from the US, from Germany, really nobody, so they lost this battle.
Thanks for sharing this, and maybe right on that question, maybe especially influenced by your father's story, how has your view on the world changed over the last years?
Not really changed. The world is complex, so I don't have simple sentences for everybody because it's too complex. But if you're a journalist and you're on this job for just a while, you learn, I would say I'm not a cynical person, but you learn more about that politicians are cynical persons. One example, I was very close with Hillary Clinton and also covering the Obama campaign. She was right behind him, and it was a long way to go to the convention. I asked Sidney Blumenthal, her chief advisor of Hillary Clinton, how would you make it to win this case against Obama? He says, Gabor, don't worry. First of all, we have to humanize her. We have to make her more a human being. Second, we have to paint him black. Think about that sentence. We have to paint him black. So to make statements, very subtle statements against a black person. That's what they tried. It doesn't work. So politicians, that's what I want to say. You have really to watch behind the face and the words to grab the real content of a politician. It's at the beginning, if you're more idealistic, you believe what you see, but what you see is not what you get.
Thanks for sharing that. Maybe I'm just going to step ahead here. That's a great lesson for everyone to take away as you go into a different world, right? It's not, what you see is not what you get often, right? To be cautious. And then I want to tie in maybe my granddad, because he was a big role model for me. My granddad always said, be joyfully diligent. He had these two kind of opposing ideas, but marry them and you get something beautiful. Joy, the lightness, diligence, getting stuff done. I see a lot of lightness in you. Every time I see you, there's this certain lightness with you, and you're very much around people that do heavy stuff, right? How do you keep that lightness?
But it's also connected to this, what your grandpa said. It's not just lightness, it's hard work. If you're an ambitious person, I think it's not that difficult because the ambition is fun also. So writing is fun. And to be a reporter is fun. Traveling, I traveled with Obama, with Angela Merkel, with Gerhard Schröder, the whole world. Big fun. Also hard work, less sleep, all this. Sometimes too much alcohol. With Gerhard Schröder, it was always a lot of alcohol. Still in our days, he's but yeah. But you have to be a higher goal, not just to be busy. To be busy, everybody is busy today. That's not a goal, to be busy. To be meaningful. In my case, to make a difference to readers, to listeners, to viewers, yeah.
And as you say, you have been sitting at the table with a lot of leaders in politics and business of our time. Really, Jonas said it, some of the world leaders. What makes good leadership so hard?
Yeah, first of all, what is good leadership? Is Putin a good leader for you? What do you think? I want to see your hand. Good leader, Putin? I would say, what? Exactly. The difference between him and Olaf Scholz is Putin is a leader. It's not this kind of leader we are waiting for. Obviously not. But he's a leader. He's a risk taker. The German chancellor is not a leader because he is not able to take a risk. And that's the difference. He is an elected politician, but he's not a leader. And we will see it tomorrow night in the election night in Europe. And so it takes courage, ambition, but also you have to be a risk taker to become a leader. If you're there where the majority is, maybe it's comfortable to be there where the majority is. There you can build your house and settle down, your opinions, your life, your money. But to be a leader takes much more. You have to separate the news from the noise. You have to be very clear for yourself where to go, where I'm here. And so it's hard to be a leader. I think they are often lonely people.
On that note, here's a quote. People quit when they run out of future. Would you agree? And if yes, would you agree that leaders have to provide a future?
Most leaders never quit. Quitting is not an option for them. They lose battles, they can go down the drain, they can be killed, if you look at Napoleon, and we have also great leaders in Germany. Helmut Kohl was one of the great leaders. He was not asking the Americans for the reunification, for his 10-point plan. He has made it in Bonn together with 3 or 5 people. And then he gave it to the Americans. Please read this. This is what I will announce in 1 hour in the Deutsche Bundestag, in the German parliament. And he asked nearly nobody, even not the Brits, not the French. So this is leadership, but you have to pay a price. It's not always that history will make you great.
It is taking risks after all, right? So maybe as a last question, is there something that you got inspired by, that either it's your own idea or something somebody told you that you would love for young people that go out into the world to know? A statement, maybe a piece of information, a piece of insight.
I'm not a teacher. I would just say We have seen this little mission statement with Timia and me, and which is now the mission statement for my company, the Pioneers, that the opinion of others, a lot of people say we tolerate the opinion of others. I tolerate your opinion. It's not about tolerating, it's about celebrating. It's about understanding that the opinion of others and the opinion of another person is the driving force for progress. So my message is, first of all, let other people speak. Try to grab what is the main meaning of their ideas. And second, if you are alone, don't be afraid. Don't be sad if you're alone with your opinion. There always progress comes from people who are at the beginning very alone. Remember the day when maybe a person in Germany said, horse riding is nice, but it's not fast enough. We have to invent. I have something in my garage. It's called a car. And then we built these beautiful cars. And then another guy from the US came and said, your cars are not good for the health of the people, for the health of the world. I have an electric car. So this is progress. You're always starting alone. And so for you, if you're a student and a beginner on your job, it's not about being alone. That's not the goal. But don't be sad. If you're alone for a while, try to convince other people. It's the beginning of maybe a bigger thing, which at the end you could call your life.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much.